When it rains, pause like the butterfly, the science and soul of resting through life's storms. Have you ever noticed that butterflies disappear when it rains? They don't fly through storms, not because they're weak, just because they're wise. Their wings are delicate instruments of balance and beauty, and rain can weigh them down or even damage their ability to soar again. So, what do? They pause, sheltering quietly until the sun returns. So, just like butterflies, we too have seasons where it's wiser to rest than to rush. Yet, in our productivity driven world, pausing feels like failure, doesn't it? What if pausing is actually a biological necessity, one that helps us recover, repair, and rise stronger after life's storms? The nervous system reset of the body is designed for cycles of activation and recovery, the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems, right? That we often talk about. And I know I talk about a lot on my channel. But when we're constantly flying through deadlines or stress hormones, cortisol, adrenaline, flooding the system, chronic activation without rest leads to burnout, inevitably, inflammation, and emotional depletion. Studies from Harvard Medical School show that intentional pauses through deep breathing or meditation lower heart rate variability, HRV, and increase vagal tone, enhancing your resilience. So why does pausing feel so hard? Well, dopamine drives us toward that next goal, that next hit of success. Our brain confuses stillness with threat because slowing down challenges our identity as achievers. The prefrontal cortex needs stillness to restore decision-making and empathy, the very qualities leaders need most. The power of breathwork as a pause button is super powerful. Conscious breathing directly impacts the vagus nerve, the body's brake pedal for stress. Techniques like coherence breathing, that inhale for 6 and out for 6, or inhale for 5 and out for 5, synchronizes the heart, brain, and body, creating inner calm even when external storms rage. So breathwork isn't just an escape, it's a physiological recalibration. So when you take a deep breath, you're not being lazy, you're being strategic. You're allowing your biology to align with your brilliance. Now, science does tell us that pausing heals our nervous system, and our soul reminds us that pausing heals our spirit. Let's take a spiritual lesson from the butterflies. Butterflies are symbols of transformation, yes, but also of timing. They don't force the cocoon to open. They wait patiently until it's time. Similarly, rest is not retreat, it's a sacred preparation. When we rest, we realign our internal energy centers, our creative life force, so that we can respond to life, not react to it. Breath is the bridge between the physical and the energetic body. Through stillness, our intuition awakens. Silence is not the absence of sound, it's the space where wisdom can speak, and we allow it to listen. Perhaps you can journal this or have a thought: where in my life am I forcing flight when I'm meant to pause? What storm am I sheltering through? And what new wings are forming beneath it? We're actually going to practice a little breath work, of course, on these videos. So I invite you to sit comfortably. We're going to practice the butterfly breath, allowing your shoulders to move away from your ears, just relaxing your jaw, maybe lowering your gaze, or even closing our eyes. We're going to really help to reset the nervous system, very gently inhaling through the nose for 4 counts. Just imagining our wings opening up, just like the butterfly, and then holding for 4 counts, resting under the leaf. We're going to exhale through the mouth for 6 releasing anything that's really heavy, holding us down. We're going to soften and let the rain fall away. We're going to repeat this for 10 rounds. Together, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to give you a couple moments to just do this on your own. So imagining the inhales, expanding your wings, just opening them up like a beautiful butterfly. And then we're going to hold and rest under the leaf. Exhaling through the mouth, releasing, softening, and just letting the rain fall away. Patiently waiting for the time to fly again. Beautiful. Couple of more seconds. So the butterfly breath, the 4-4-6, can be, if you will feel like doing more, you can combine it with the coherence breath. And I usually do 6 and 6, but you'll hear people talk about coherent breath being 5.5. So I do start with 4 in, 4 out, and just sort of checking in with yourself if that's okay, because it is more of a continuous breath, right? And if that feels good, then you can move to the 5-5. And if that feels really good as well, then you move to the 6-6. So I'll do 1 round for each, and then I'll leave you a couple of seconds to do it yourself, just so that you get the hang of doing it without me there. You can listen to my meditations, guided meditations that will accompany this thought leadership video. But I also love to empower people. So bring the awareness, allow you to embody through these leadership videos, thought leadership videos, but also empower you to do it yourself, so that you don't always need to be listening to a video. Although sometimes it's really nice to be guided. I do yoga, and I'm a yoga teacher, but I love to be guided as well, so that I don't have to think about what pose am I going to do next, right? So I get it. It is beautiful to be led, for sure. So let's do the 4 coherent breath, 4 in, 4 out, and then 5 in, 5 out, and then 6 in, 6 out. Let's together inhale for 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So whichever one felt comfortable, the most comfortable, continue doing that one. Bringing attention to your heart. Imagine breathing in golden light, exhaling gratitude. As your breath slows, your heart rhythm becomes smooth. You're helping your brain waves synchronize, and your whole system returns to coherence. Think of it as your internal sunshine after the storm, your beautiful rainbow after a rainfall. That's the power of the breath. Let's wrap it up one last round wherever you're at. And thank you for participating in that. We did amazing. So I love tying in the Savoya self-care pillars, where during mindset, one of the pillars is mindset, we can replace pause that does not equal weakness, right? We can do that mindset shift, right? But actually pause equals wisdom, right? We're listening to our wisdom of our bodies, right? Breath work, pillar number 2. We're going to use short mini breath breaks throughout the day. And maybe you can start with 3 conscious breaths between tasks. We can do 10 conscious breaths before we go to sleep, 10 conscious breaths when we first wake up, when we're still laying in bed. We got a few minutes. So just incorporating the breath into mini breath breaks. If you follow my Breathwork Barista IG account, Instagram account, I have actually some cute little breath as medicine rituals and breath breaks as well. Number 3, sleep. So we're going to embrace rain as nature's cue for rest. And which often actually happens in Mexico. In Mexico right now, when it rains, it's just like in Canada when it snows, people just are more homebound, right? They're kind of just go within. And really the winter season, which is the rainy, I guess the equivalent of the rainy season in the tropical countries, it is more about going within, right? And just really identifying those things that you want to shed or get rid of or release. So then you're ready for the spring, right? That renewal, that rebirth. But things have to die in order for them to be rebirthed. So yeah, quite interesting. So looking at sleep as your cue to rest and reset. Nutrition, warm, grounding foods that support calm, right? Maybe your soups, your teas, those really hearty, amazing root vegetables. I'm actually going to do a sweet potato in the oven. I love doing that, or even just a sweet potato soup. Number 5 is movement. So this is maybe gentle yoga, restorative yoga, yin yoga, qigong, right? During these cloudy days. But we want to be moving our energy around without depleting it. So it's very important. And I often tell my clients, if you're doing strength training every single day with cardio and HIIT, these are all activating your nervous system. So, and they're doing the sauna and they're doing, and I love all that stuff, right? Cold plunges, incredible. But these are all like stressors and you're activating the system. We need to deactivate. So we need that restorative yoga. We need that yin yoga. We need things to just literally be and relax, but we're still gently moving our body. So highly, highly recommend that. And last but not least, connection, right? So sharing your storms, connecting with others, right? It really builds that soul bonding for sure. This felt so amazing to share. And I just want to leave you with this. When it rains, pause like the butterfly. And not because you've lost your wings, but because you're protecting them. So the pause is not an end, not the end of your flight, right? It's the preparation for your next one. I love that. So breathe, rest, and trust the rhythm of your own becoming. Let's affirm together. I honor my seasons of stillness. I pause with purpose and wisdom. I rest to rise. Thank you for sharing this beautiful moment with me. Have a beautiful rest of your day.